Hey everybody, EchoV here, and let's talk about eating Pokemon.
Oh, hell no!
I know, it sounds morbid, but when you think about it, what kind of meat do they eat in the Pokemon world exactly? Obviously, they have some non-meat options, such as the various berries that can be grown as well as some vegetables. Heck, maybe there are some real animals that live alongside the Pokemon, but come on! Even if that was the case, Pokemon have to be eaten at one point, right? I mean, just look at the various Pokédex entries to talk about how delicious some of these Pokemon are. Well, regardless of whether or not people in the Pokemon world eat Pokemon or not, here are some of the Pokemon that I would definitely want to eat if I lived there. Here we go! One rules I've heard during mealtime is that dessert comes last. But for this video, dessert comes first, because up first is Swirlix. It's debatable on whether or not Swirlix is actually edible because according to the Pokédex, it's only the threads Swirlix uses to capture prey that are as sticky and sweet as cotton candy. And boy do I love cotton candy. I honestly think that's one of the most underappreciated candies out there. Maybe it is true that only the threads are edible, but if Swirlix is as delicious as cotton candy, then I'm more than willing to take a bite to find out. Next up on the list is Basculin. Yeah, list. You know what food I didn't appreciate until I was older? Fish. Now that I'm much older, I love fish. Yeah, there are a lot of bones I have to pick out, but honestly, it's worth it just to get the delicious fish inside. According to the Pokédex, Basculin used to be common on the dinner table, and I say bring it back because Basculin is everywhere. Heck, it would even justify Basculin's existence since it was only created back in the day just because there were not enough generic fish Pokemon. Yes, Basculin is a thing now, but don't forget, it's extinct. Nowadays, Basculin only exists to fill the Pokédex, but the way I see it, Basculin also exists to fill our stomachs. What came first, the Torchic or the egg? Well, according to Pokemon, and this video in this case, it's the egg because next up is Execute. The way I see it, eggs as a food is underrated. While I don't really eat eggs too much, if I see a platter of either scrambled eggs, omelets, or sunny side up eggs, then I am getting a serving and enjoy every single bite of it. Thank you very much. I mean, after all,
You've got to have eggs!
And before anyone says it, yes, I know the Pokédex can never make up its mind on whether Execute are eggs or seeds. But honestly, who cares? I still want to eat Execute because 1, these things are the ugliest Pokemon out there, and 2, are better off on someone's plate, so get that frying pan ready. More seafood on this list with the next entry, Malamar. Okay, at first glance, Malamar may seem a bit unnerving to eat. I mean, look at it. This thing could kill you if you so much as look at it funny. And I wish I was joking with that one. But then again, just throw a bug at it and problem solved. Now you have some squid meat ready to cook. And honestly though, I love eating squid. It may seem weird at first, but try it and you'll maybe add a new favorite food to your list. And I'm not just talking about that popular calamari stuff, I'm also talking about grilled squid because dang, are those things delicious, especially the bits with the tentacles. And if that's not enough, have you ever heard of squid adobo? If not, then you should try it. You will not regret it, and it's definitely worth risking your life to kill a Malamar. Let's have some non-meat entries for now because we all need a balanced diet. And for this one, next up is Chirubi. Actually, can this Pokemon be considered an actual fruit? Or is it still technically considered a meat? I mean, it's a cherry, yes, but it still has a face. So I guess that means that there's some non-fruit stuff in its anatomy. The Pokédex does mention that the smaller cherry ball is full of nutrients and is said to be sweet and tasty. So maybe that's the only part that's edible. I don't know. Then again, why did I put Chirubi in this list? I hate cherries. I'm not the biggest fan of them. Then again, I do like Black Forest cake, and that has cherries. So, And now for what might shock some of you because not much higher on this list, it's Miltank. Now, the reason why I put Miltank in the middle of the list is because I'm not really fond of beef to begin with. I mean, I enjoy a nice juicy steak of course, as well as a tasty hamburger, but I prefer eating chicken, pork, and fish more than I do eating beef. Now I gotta be honest, I actually want to group Taurus here with Miltank. I mean, they're both based on cattle, and any kinds of cattle can be used for beef. But the reason why I put Miltank on her own is because Miltank can produce milk. According to the Pokédex, Miltank's milk is not only full of nutrition, but is said to be very tasty as well. And while I'm not the biggest drinker of milk, I do enjoy things made with milk, such as cereal, ice cream, and hot chocolate. Also, because I have to do it, insert the obligatory I hate Whitney's Miltank, so this is the perfect revenge. Like I said in the previous video, I never had a problem with Whitney's Miltank. But either way, I'm sure the beef and milk from a Miltank will taste very good. Next up is more meat with Wooloo. Now, I rarely eat lamb. In fact, the number of times I've eaten lamb as of this video's creation can be counted with one hand. But every time I've eaten lamb, the meat is absolutely delicious. Even if all the lamb I've been eating lately is lamb chops. But hey, lamb chop is delicious, so who cares? Actually, had Wooloo not been created, I would have put Mareep obviously, or heck even something Flappy. But I got a little concerned about the electricity that both Pokemon can produce. Now I'm sure that when both Pokemon have already been killed for food, all the electric charges have been dissipated. But for the sake of safety reasons, I've decided to focus on Wooloo, and maybe to an extent Dubwool as well, since I've heard that Button's quite tasty as well. Is it obvious that I like seafood? Because next up is Clauncher. At first, I originally considered Klawitsu due to it likely packing more meat, but eventually I chose Clauncher because I like shrimp. And yes, I know, some of you might argue that's more likely based on a lobster or a crawfish, but I'm gonna ignore that because it's actually a pistol shrimp with some lobster attributes. Anyway, I like shrimp. Boil them, put them in a cream sauce, pasta, fry them, or heck, serve them as one of my favorite food, tempura, and I will gladly consume it. Not to mention Clauncher's size. At 1'8", that size is more than enough to satisfy me for a good long while. At the penultimate spot of number 9 is Grumpig. While the idea of a psychic pig may seem weird to some, just remember that with all the pork you can get from it, I'd say it's worth all the weirdness. I mean, come on! Pork is an all-purpose meat that can be used for many dishes. Sausages, pulled pork, ribs, ham, freaking bacon! What more do you want? Now I'm sure a lot of you would have chosen Pigna instead, since it might seem a little better, but remember, that thing is gonna put up a fight. Literally, because it's a fighting type. I'd say Grumpig is the much safer bet. At the final spot of number 10, we have Combustion. I'm gonna say it right now, chicken is hands down the best meat out there, even better than beef and pork combined. While everyone knows that fried chicken is amazing, and so is roast chicken. Wings are great as well, but they're a little too bony for me. No, what I really want to say is chickenify everything. Chicken burgers, much better than beef. Chicken sandwiches? Get the heck out of here, Tuna. That beef stew you like so much? I say it tastes better with some chicken instead. Chicken soup is not just for the soul, it's for the whole body. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that chicken is 100%
Yes.
And I know some of you might argue on why I chose Combustion when I hesitated on putting Pignite, since they're both fine types anyway. But to that I say, is there any other chicken Pokemon besides Combustion? No? Didn't think so. End of story. Seriously, this is the last entry. More like gotta eat 'em all, am I right? And that's it for the video. Any Pokemon you wanna eat, then comment them below. This video was actually inspired by similar videos made by YouTubers Dookieshed and MandJTV. Link to their videos as well as their respective channels in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. If it's your birthday, then happy birthday. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye everyone, be good to each other.